World War I is raging, Germany is desperate, and Russia is collapsing fast. Soldier, bring me Lenin, the communist leader in exile. Got it, sir. Here's Lenin. No, not the Beatle, Lenin! So the Germans put Vladimir Lenin on a train back to Russia, hoping he'd cause chaos. And he did. Within months, the Russian government was toppled. Russia pulled out of the war. A civil war broke out. The economy crumbled, famine struck, and Lenin eventually died. His last warning? Don't let Stalin take over. Guess who took over? Yep, Joseph Stalin. Stalin industrialized the Soviet Union at lightning speed, but at a horrifying cost. Millions were executed, starved, or worked to death in gulags. But when Hitler invaded, the Soviets fought back ferociously. With the help of the Russian winter, they pushed all the way to Berlin. Now, technically, the Allies had won together. The US, UK, and USSR were standing side by side in victory. But soon, things got awkward. Stalin wasn't letting go of Eastern Europe. He promised free elections. In reality, every ballot basically said communist. Churchill declared that an iron curtain had descended across Europe. The West struck back with the Marshall Plan, billions of dollars to rebuild Western Europe. Factories restarted, cities were rebuilt, and capitalism was looking pretty good. Meanwhile, Eastern Europe, not so much. To keep control, Stalin launched his own economic plans, but they couldn't compete. Nowhere was the tension clearer than Berlin. The city was split between East and West. People in the East could literally walk into the West, look around and think, wow, they've got food, jobs, and jazz. Maybe communism isn't so great. Stalin's solution? Cut off all supplies. The West answered with the Berlin Airlift, flying in food, coal, and medicine every single day. Eventually, Stalin gave up. Then came the nuclear arms race. The US had the atomic bomb first, but by 1949, the Soviets had one too. Both sides now had the power to destroy humanity. Fun times. The rivalry spread worldwide. China fell to communism under Mao. Korea was split into North and South, and when the North invaded in 1950, it sparked a brutal war that nearly went nuclear. Back in the USSR, Stalin died in 1953, and Nikita Khrushchev took charge. He denounced Stalin's terror, promised reforms, and tried to look like the cool uncle of communism. But when East Germans, Hungarians, and Poles actually demanded freedom, tanks rolled in. Reform was fine, just not that much reform. Meanwhile, the space race heated up. The Soviets launched Sputnik, then Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space. The US freaked out, poured money into NASA, and scrambled to catch up. Berlin remained a huge problem. Millions were fleeing east to west, and the East German economy was collapsing. Khrushchev's answer? Build a wall. Overnight in 1961, barbed wire, guards, and concrete split the city. Families were torn apart, escape attempts turned deadly, and the world saw the ultimate symbol of communist failure. President Kennedy summed it up. Democracy isn't perfect, but we've never had to build a wall to keep people in. Tensions spiked when tanks faced off at Checkpoint Charlie. For 16 hours, American and Soviet tanks stared each other down. The world braced for nuclear war. Then, inch by inch, both sides backed away. Crisis averted. Barely. And that's the story, how the Cold War kicked off with walls, bombs, and way too much tension. History is full of moments like these, strange, messy, and sometimes hilarious. If you enjoyed this dive into the past, make sure to stick around, because here at RookieFactFinder, we turn complicated events into stories anyone can understand. So hit that like button, subscribe, and join me next time as we uncover more mind-blowing facts from history and beyond. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning, and stay curious.